Good evening to everyone. I am Tusharanjan Panda from Berhampur, Odisha, and I secured 99.2% in my ICC board exams. As you are already aware, I am a nature lover and I really love reading books, especially science fictions, and other stuff, and history too.
Tanvi, I see that you're anticipating and you're all smiles. I also see that you have scored a 99.6% in the Maharashtra State Board. Did anybody ask you what happened to the rest of the 4.4%?
Everybody I met asked me, why did you lose 0.4%? And I was like, I didn't expect even 99. My goal was 97 to 98. But yeah, everybody asked me that, where did you lose 0.4%? So yeah, hi, I'm Tanvi Mahadev and I'm from Pune, Maharashtra. Even I love learning, studying is fun for me. It's not just mugging up the answers and just, kind of vomiting it on the paper. But I like to learn, and I'm a Kathak dancer. I love to dance, and I even love to listen to music and all kind of music. Even I read books, but like Tushar said, I am not a science fiction fan. I am a fiction fan. So yeah, I love to read books also. And
what kind of fiction? Do you have any authors that you like?
Of course, J.K. Rowling. I read 8 Harry Potters in just 2 months. I'm so mad for fiction like that. So yeah.
Interesting. So I don't know if the four of you have already made acquaintance with each other, but it's a very fascinating mix of people that we have here. All of you want to become doctors in some form or the other, be associated with the medical field in some form or the other. And that's both inspiring and intimidating at the same time, because I chose consciously not to take biology in 11th and 12th. Arjun.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
What's happening? You're the artist here, right? You like drawing and stuff.
Yes, sir. I like to draw very much, and I'm very fascinated about creating something, means artwork. Like in my childhood, also I used to create a farmhouse or something like that.
The next guy who's already realizing that I'm going to come to him and started smiling, Bhagesh. What's up? You have a 99.68% in the Karnataka State Board. That is...
Yeah, sir. I have secured 99.68% in Karnataka State Board, and my hobbies are watching movies, and I am a runner and a throw ball player in school, and I love to play cricket and solve Rubik's Cube.
Solve the Rubik's Cube. Have you,
yes, sir.
Have you played with any Rubik's Cube above 3x3x3?
No, sir. 3x3, 2x2 mirror cube, sir.
Nice, beautiful. You guys used BYJU'S the Learning app for 10th standard as well. How effective was that? I mean, we try to focus on the conceptual content. Which part of the app did you like the most? If I may just go in a different order right now, let's start with Arjun.
I use BYJU'S mainly for biological videos because it was so wonderfully animated. Means it used to help me to understand the thing and concept so clearly. Means we could see the organ which is being described, and parts by parts they're explaining it, getting divided, and it was so fascinating about the animation that it really moved me. And every time when I could not understand my concepts in biology, I used my BYJU'S video to watch the concepts, and of course there are tests after that. Then we used to go to the next video, that to help, so that when we cannot clear one concept, we can again see that video and then solve the test. And there were tests on it, and the BYJU'S app has now updated very much, and it's now very helpful. The live sessions also actually helps us to get in the intricate details of the body parts, and biology is something I love because it is all about life. Means all the subjects are very much fascinating, but there is non-living things mainly associated. But biology is the only one where life is there. So each and every detail to understand the thing, and it's clear and it goes clear into our mind, and we can solve the questions and any type of questions. Not only questions, it will help us in our life also, the extra things. That's why breaking down means histology and cytology of the organ. It's very fascinating to learn about it.
I think understanding concept is the most important thing, but because if you don't understand concept, then you can't be able to do anything, be it exam or be it career based focus. And the best part of it is like there is practice, like there are warm-ups and all that stuff which comes after you complete a concept or complete a lesson. There is concept refresher also, so it helps you practice a lot. Means it's not like you just learned a concept and you just did that. You have to solve and you have to practice so that you can remember it, not just for exams but out of curiosity, or if you love that subject very much, then you should remember it. So like Arjun said, even I am a bio enthusiast, so even I like using BYJU'S for biology. Basically for biology I referred BYJU'S a lot. For physics and chemistry even I referred BYJU'S, but in our school we had 8 periods. It was 7 to 12 school, and as I was in dance, I would practice for first 4 periods, so then we would miss first 4 periods. But if it was physics or chemistry, I would go to the teacher and learn again what they said in the class. But for biology I didn't do that because I had BYJU'S with me for biology. So yeah. And like you said, that all the animation and the concept stuck into your mind while you're writing any answer or while you're thinking of it. Yeah. And I think it's because, like, for example, when we watch a film, all that visuals come in front of us because we are audio visual learners, right? So all the visuals and all the animations come in front of us. So it's like watching a film and remembering what you have watched and what you have listened.
Initially, I didn't have idea about that, but our cousin suggested the app, and starting I have took it from Play Store and I saw the videos and I was very much impressed by the concept and teaching. So I have took the subscription and through that session, and it is absolutely helpful for every student because they convey a concept in straight way, as easy as possible to students. They don't put much pressure on head. In simple way they teach the concept, sir, and while writing in exam also it will be running like imagination, sir. Sir explained that in that way, it was connected to that, and we can easily make our own answers and write instead of mugging up. The most important part I liked is along with the teaching videos, they ask questions after each video related to it, and they even have tests, subjective tests, objective tests, and from sprint test to marathon test.
Right.
And mentor facility is also very good, sir. 2 times I would see videos, then also it is not clear, means I would Google it, and if I didn't satisfy with Google also, then I would call mentor and they would clear doubts. Or sometimes if mentor would be busy, I would post it in the BYJU'S website so that someone will answer it, definitely answer it in 5 to 7 minutes. They will answer.
I love the fact that you guys are talking about the personalized section of the app, because we put a lot of effort into that. There's the library mode and the personalized mode, right?
Yes, sir.
And it seems as though the personalized mode is the one that stuck with you guys the most, and the fact that you're able to jump between topics and challenges and new ideas and old ideas, I think that's been very powerful for you. It's very reassuring. What about you, Tushar? Does similar things connect with you?
Yes, sir. I love the analysis part. That struck me the most, actually, because wherever you are weak, it specifies the weak points and I get strong there. So on the whole, I'm pretty strong in a full subject.
It's not enough that you learn an idea. It's not enough that you learn an idea and expand your understanding of that idea through more rich means, but you have to constantly keep getting feedback so that you can improve on that, right?
Yes, sir.
How strongly do you believe that teachers make a difference to you, or anybody can learn from anybody and anything?
Yeah, teachers do have a profound impact on us. Like, they're accessible 24/7 anytime. In my case, anytime if you call them up, they answer all the doubts.
There's a lot to memorize in biology. There's a lot to memorize in chemistry. And physics has a little more of logic and algorithm and reasoning to it. Math, of course, is a complete language of its own, so it kind of runs everywhere.
In science, really, I didn't memorize anything, because once you understand the concept, you can write in your own way, but it should be scientifically correct, of course. But memorizing part comes in science, like atomic weights and atomic mass, you need to remember it. So for that, like I said, you need to practice and you need to read it all the time if you can't remember it very properly. Basically, 10th standards SSC history is a little tough. So you need to remember the dates, you need to remember all the events. So what I do is I create a chart on my blackboard, and it's on my blackboard for 2 to 3 days for subjects like history, of course. And I read it every time I go and come out and come in my room. And that's how I remember the memorization part, actually.
Speaking about memory, I have a really bad memory because I forget things continuously. So one strategy that I used was to always give tests and mock tests before the board. Use the BYJU'S for tests, and there were tuition tests also. So that helped a lot to me keep in touch with the subject, so that when one question we can't solve, we can always consult the book, so that, or see the video or consult the net also. I think that you should understand, you should imagine the thing. It's so fascinating about learning how blood flows, how the heart is working, how the lungs, everything. So after imagination, it automatically comes into your hand and you can write it in your own language. But memorizing part, sticks to that. Our board always tells to write the keywords, so that technical words in the book, so that we have to use always. That's why the memorizing part is required.
I use mnemonics a lot. Mnemonics, biology, it was fine, memory part. And I personally love physics and mathematics too. Because physics, you have one concept, it's not like a flow. You can have variety which can branch out from one concept itself. And we can interlink, numerous concepts and get new ones too. So there's always room for innovation in physics and maths.
So it's not just practice the same thing again and again. It is distribute it and make connections between different ideas.
Yes, sir, exactly.
Bhagesh, you have any suggestions in terms of how is it that people can focus on understanding something? Because sometimes doing it again and again, if your approach is not proper, you still don't understand it proper. So how do you understand a topic that's hard to understand?
Sir, it will at the beginning, it will start from school only. They will explain some topic in the school, and if we concentrate on that, even if we don't understand something in school, again we will see in BYJU'S, and if we refer some books along with it, it would be perfect, sir. Finally, in exam, we should understand the question, sir. Instead of it will be indirect question only. There will be some questions in the exam that they'll be blank and out of mind. If we feel something, we should leave it and go for the next question. At last, when we will have time, we should memorize everything about that, recall related to that concept, and we should try to recall based on what concept they have asked this question, and then it will be easy for us.
You guys have some go-to strategies for panic management? Arjun?
I'm a nervous kind of person. When the exams come, my heartbeat increases, and I think what will be the situation? Hall full of students, teachers, no talking, no speaking, and everything. We should leave the book before 1 hour we give the exam. Just before the exam, if we start revising, then I have faced this problem that we start forgetting the things and it looks new to us. Means what we have studied the earlier night and revised, that's enough. Means we should not keep on holding the book before writing, and that's all.
Talking of strategies, actually, from day one, I condense all my sciences, especially in physics, chemistry, and biology, in like 60 pages each. And on the day before your exam, you can literally go through that, and that's all. Like there are sentences and theories, you convert them into pictorial representation, and BYJU'S is aiding me a lot there.
That's what I pulled out right now. this is how I plan
Yes,
for my
sir. Exactly. That's it.
So these are called visual anchors, right? So
Yes, sir.
like what Arjun said, if you end up putting so much information that it confuses you, instead of that, you use your notes, your way of learning. But it can't happen one day before the exam, right? It should have happened from the very beginning onwards. Tanvi, did you have anything?
Like Arjun said, even I am nervous, and you can ask my parents whenever I have a tension. The first point that comes to my mind is that how I'm going to tell my parents, because whenever they hear me that I am in tension, they get that they are tensed about why I am in tension. So yeah, I am a person who panics a lot. But when it comes to exam, I have observed in myself that in the 10th year or in 9th standard, that panicking has become lower because I have understood the concepts really well. And when it comes to you, like when the paper is in front of you, it's already too late. It's already too late. What you have to do is study for the entire year and not before the day of exam. The question is basically asked, twisting and turning the question. The concept is same. That the question, the way of asking question is different. So
Right.
if you can't get it, read it for 2 to 3 times. Still you can't get it. Just leave it and go for the next question, because the best thing to do when you can't understand something is to leave it aside and do what you like, or if it's a question paper, then go for the next question.
I think this is the secret to success. I don't think it's any rocket science. It's just stick to your fundamentals, learn and trust in yourself, like what Arjun had said. Did you guys figure out what you wanted to do in your career? When I took my 11th and 12th standard, or even when I took my engineering, I had no clue. Right? I just went with the flow. But did you guys have any support structures? I mean, of course, putting a little bit of product placement here, you had Career Scope and Learning Tree blog and things like that from BYJU'S. Did those pieces help you? Did that get you a stronger sense of what your path is supposed to be?
Like I said, that I am a bio enthusiast, so I wanted to be a doctor since I think 7th or 8th standard. But now when I see that the journey of becoming doctor is not just doing 2 to 3 operations a day and something like that, but it's a 5 years journey of just MBBS, and then you have to go for PG and all those things. So yeah, I am a bio enthusiast, and I decided that I am going to be a doctor. And even Career Scope helped me in that, like what fields you can get to after passing your NEET, or after doing MBBS, what specialization you can do. So I have not decided about specialization yet, but yeah, be a doctor.
I have a strong inclination towards civil services, and I'm also a bio enthusiast as the others. So I've chosen MBBS as my degree, and after graduation, I'll go for civil services.
Why? Why though?
One action can impact millions of people's lives. That's why I love it, because if my knowledge can be used to change people's lives, then it would be a true parameter for success for me.
Ragesh, do you have like something that you have to do for every exam? Something like a golden rule, something that you will never miss? Like what Arjun said, I will not touch my books 2 hours before the exams. Do you have some golden rule for your exams?
We should not be tensed and stay cool. If we see the notes as very huge peak, it will affect us, and we should revise before the exams. We should glance at it 2-3 times, and if we feel more tensed, we should take a small break, sir.
Have you guys heard of this thing called the Pomodoro technique?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise called the tomato technique.
Yes,
something called spaced repetition, where you need to take a break so that things can sink in, and those cross connections will become stronger the more you repeat them. Do you have something to ask me?
I have one question.
Go for it, Tanvi.
We have those recorded videos. It's as good as recorded videos when it comes to BYJU'S. So it's like filming a shot for a film. It's like that. So how did you get introduced to it, and how do you enjoy it?
Oh, I enjoy it like crazy. I love acting. I love singing. I love dancing. And luckily, instead of other industries, I was able to get into education because I love making a difference. right? And I was able to put all of those passions of mine into this. Whatever we are doing right now is actually helping people make a difference in their own lives in their own ways, and that's very heartfelt, right?
By sheer coincidence, I saw the first video on BYJU'S, which was yours. It was probably Resistance and Ohm's Law.
Oh, that's how I started that, no?
Yeah. And do you know, even my nickname is also Om. So
Nice.
there I saw that in the beginning you stress a lot that we should learn things more than, we should implicate things more in the practical. Where
Right.
did you derive the spirit from?
I don't have an answer to this because my mother tells me that as a school kid as well, I used to love group studies. I used to love teaching. I used to love enacting things that I used to learn, and we would always do it as a bunch of people. So we are always brushing off ideas and stuff, right?
I have observed that many people will be tensed about their career after 10th standard PUC, what I should do. First, they should take onto their interest, sir, and they should always have one backup for it, sir. If this is not successful, I will be into this. I have kept the same idea, sir. I want to become IS officer, and I will keep my NEET as backup. If I will try as much as possible to become IS. If it is not successful, I will enter into NEET. That, sir.
I want to change only one word in what you shared. Backup usually means that you don't do one and hence you do the other thing. I'm saying, can you break that and can you actually say that I will do medicine and I will become an IAS? Sometime in the future, you will be able to align those two intentions into something more powerful than doctor or IAS, You will probably invent a career scope. I mean, who knows? It's very possible.
So I wanted to ask that what are your hobbies and how do you spend your leisure time?
Like I said, I draw, I sing, I dance. Those are definitely hobbies. I watch a lot of TV shows. I read a lot. And nowadays, I started doing audiobooks because they're very powerful. I think research is funnily a hobby of mine. Quite honestly speaking, the feedback that you guys gave me right now or gave us right now, that's the reason that we keep doing what we're doing, right? And thanks for some of the strategies that you've shared with the viewers who are going to be watching this. Students, I'm sure there was a lot to take away from this, which is strategies for not panicking, strategies to come back down to concepts, learn from day one, make your own notes, deal with problems that you can solve immediately, and then let your mind do the rest and come back to it. I really sincerely wish you the best of effort and whatever you define as success, I don't know what that is. Sometime in the future as well, we are able to get together and make a difference to people collectively. Great. Thank you.